People say, Pat, you don't like modern games, you don't keep up with it. I do a little bit. I don't have time to play a lot of them. I'm a big fan of, though, just to keep in track of, we'll put the Vegas series aside, but the Tom Clancy series, going back to the original Rainbow Six. I've read the book. The book is great. Check it out. They never did a movie of Rainbow Six. Anyway, Rogue Spear. I loved Rogue Spear. That's my idea of, you want to play modern warfare video games, is that. Now, obviously, something like this one coming out, Ghost Recon Wildlands, is not going to be as realistic as going back and playing Rogue Spear and getting shot twice and being dead. But it's interesting that this hasn't really been done before, where you have the Tom Clancy world and you're going to have an open world in South America, and you basically have to take down drug cartels. This is like, it's strange. It's not like, it's like a paramilitary sort of group, kind of pseudo, doing it on their own. No government's telling them to do it. They're sort of operating on their own, almost like, I guess, like an IMF Mission Impossible thing, where they're probably very loosely related to a government force. And so you have 4 players co-op, and you get missions to take down cartels, but you can do them in multiple ways. You can do them like head-on, you can do stealth. The example they had in the trailer was going to basically to, I guess, one production place and then going head-on and trying to overtake it with force, doing one stealth at night, doing one very smartly where you kidnap, this to me is the cool part of the game. This will show the branching, I guess, story that can be involved in an open breathing world. They kidnap the Coke. They leave the guy, there's a guy with the white hat, I guess, is running the operation. One mission, they snipe him and take him out. But they figure, during the narration of the trailer, that it'd be better if you basically have his superiors turn against him, thinking he's a traitor. So there's one mission type you can do is you kidnap the Coke with the truck running off the road, and so then he goes back to his superiors, and basically he thinks he's a traitor working for someone else, and then they torture and killing him. So that to me is great, because it's not just, oh, take out this guy, take out this guy. If it really allows you that sort of open freedom to go about taking down a cartel in as quote-unquote as realistic way as you can, that's how you would do it. You wouldn't just use pure force. You would try to turn the underlings against them, or try to make it appear that it's a fractured, splintered group, you know what I mean? Or try to work informants, or, you know what I mean? So that to me is fascinating, because that really has been done before, to that extent.
With these open world games, it's always interesting to me, though, how well is this going to work, because it's easier to give you multiple ways to complete a mission. It's harder to figure out how the layout of the world changes after you do these missions in different ways.
I mean,
I mean, you've always got to wait and see, because that does sound interesting, but
I'm taking open world to mean that and this has to do with you know, first military shooter set in a massive and responsive open world. That's how it's being advertised from Ubisoft. I'm taking it as you're gonna have a cartel react to you, how you're doing it. Maybe at first not realize what's going on because you're not using overwhelming force, but once they realize what's going on, they'll try to figure it out and come after you, maybe eventually set traps. This to me is fascinating. This isn't going to be do A mission like in Grand Theft Auto, do B mission, do C. This is going to be, we're going to have to work our own method here and work around, especially using friends. You know, this is going to be cool. I mean, I love the idea of anything like this that gives you real freedom, because obviously you've had this in games like Elite, where you can do whatever you want to some extent, but like I said, this hasn't happened to this extent. There hasn't been a Call of Duty open world. You know, this to me sounds like there's a little bit of thought put into this. Usually I don't get excited about shooters like this, but this is at least a little bit thought out to be something different, and we'll see if it delivers. I mean, that's all I can say about it.